Hey everyone, as always before we get started, if you want to check out the previous month's showcase, click the icon on the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description. Here's the only track I was unable to play in April. Cheap Cheap Cove, because as much as I adore this track, there just wasn't enough meaningful changes for it to be showcased again. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright, first track on the list, ILay Circuit. I do hope that's how you pronounce the name. It looks like a weirdly, shaped, flask, like a beaker almost. But yeah, this is a track, I believe, named after the author who created this track. And what I like about this track is it's very simple. It's a very simple track. Not really any instance of there being anything super complicated. It's a nice, pleasant drive, and it's a really nice drive too. It just plays really well. As I said, there's not really much going on here. There aren't really many enemies to speak of. There are a few glider ramp sections, like this one here, which is really nice. And yeah, everything just works really nicely. The one thing I do say about this track that might be a bit of a con is back there, that looks like a ramp. Because what I thought is if you go over that little section, you can maybe use a mushroom to take that ramp and skip the main taller ramp. I feel like it'd be a neat little shortcut. But unfortunately, it just catch out of bounds, so that's unfortunately a no-go. But, I mean, again, the rest of the track does drive really nicely. The anti-grab is really cool. Yeah, everything just works really cool. I wish there was more obstacles in this. Because again, it does feel a bit barren without any enemies around. I feel like if there were a couple of Goombas, maybe you get a couple of Goomba towers or something. That could be nice. Like maybe just around this glider section, kind of like how it is in 8 Deluxe Mario Circuit. But yeah, other than that, I think it's cool. I mean, maybe these ramps send you a little bit too high. That's also another, maybe minor criticism. But other than that, again, it drives really nicely. It looks really pretty too. I've seen cover tracks like this in Mario Kart Wii with the very kind of minimalist, kind of SNES style, but kind of made for a more modern time. I think GBA Mario Circuit from, I believe, Fevirre is like this as well. So yeah, it's a cool track. It's a cool start. I wish there were a couple more things in it to keep it interesting, but yeah, it's a good start so far. I really, really like this track. Okay, a track that I feel like doesn't get enough love from, people who haven't played Super Circuit. GBA Yoshi Desert is one of those tracks which, again, hasn't appeared in any Mario Kart game since Super Circuit, which is a shame, because this track is actually pretty fun. In Super Circuit, it was really good. I really loved the look of it then. And even, playing custom tracks of it in Mario Kart Wii, there are loads of really cool things about it. The one thing I will say right off the bat is that this isn't entirely faithful to the tour version. I mean, the track is the same, from what I understand. I asked Maya about it, I queried her about it, because she knows more about Mario Kart Tour than I do. And she said, there are a bunch of enemies in the game, or in the track, rather, that just aren't featured in this custom track. Which is a shame, because without those enemies, it does feel a little bit barren, and a bit kind of empty. But, I mean, I'm not going to blame that on Fevirre, I hope that's how you pronounce his name. The guy who made this track, and a bunch of other really cool tracks throughout this series as well. I'm not going to fault him much for that, because they might just not be in the game yet. But yeah, the track itself is, again, faithful to the original. I always like the Yoshi Sphinxes, they're always really cool. And also the shortcut, so you can take a little shortcut down here. I think this is a mud cut. Well, actually no, it's not, I'm surprised it's not a mud cut. But yeah, you can take those little shortcuts, I guess shroomless. There's one at the end as well, which I feel like really makes Yoshi Desert special. All the shortcuts you can do in it are really, really cool. I do hope this gets into the Moose Course Pass. I'm not sure yet. As of recording, there's still maybe 2 more ways to go. So, again, this could make it in. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I'd be more than welcoming to see this track in. In terms of the contract itself, again, a bit barren, but I do really like the look of it nonetheless. And yeah, it's very faithful to the tour version from what I've seen. Just give me some more enemies and some more kind of obstacles on this track. And I think we've got a real winner here. It's a really, really good track, though. I do love me some Yoshi Desert. Hopefully it does get into the Boost Course Pass, because, please, this track is great. Uh-oh, something's a little bit wrong. This isn't a Mario Kart Wii track. This is an 8 Deluxe track. Well, it is a Mario Kart Wii track, technically. And I did just drive from the shortcut. But yeah, welcome to Piracy Warning by Shorky. Originally a Mario Kart Wii track, ported over to Mario Kart Deluxe. You can also find this track in Mario Kart Midnight, which is Mero's Mario Kart Wii distribution. But yeah, this track is very, very cool. I like again, the Piracy Warning. Always funny to see that. And yeah, it's just it's a cool track. I do really like the look of this custom track. Like, it is really nice. Like, it's a little bit of a blind turn up this beach because there is off-road up there that you can hit just for no reason. Like, if you're not expecting it, you do just kind of get a bit lost when you do hit the mud. And the pirate ship is a little bit awkward to turn if... it's a little bit awkward to make these turns if you don't know, like, where you're going or what you're doing for this track. Like, coming out of the start, as you saw what I did earlier, it does really suck how, like, you know, you're just kind of thrown into, like, oh, okay, and there's turns and off-road immediately. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but, I mean, there you go. It's other than that, like, the track looks really pretty, first off. It is absolutely stunning. I love the underwater section. The underwater section is really clear and just pristine. Going on the pirate ship is really cool. The beach is really nice as well. I love the ships in the background too. I don't know if that's from 8 Deluxe. I don't recognize that ship from any of the tracks off the top of my head at least. But it's a really cool addition to the track, having those like really sparkly and pristine pirate ships there as contrasted to the pirate ship that's I don't know why, just parked here, I suppose. But yeah, very, very cool track this. Not my overall favourite track that I've seen. Also, this is a nice little shortcut you can do, kind of. I mean, it's hard to make, but if you have a mushroom or two, you can definitely make use of that. And I know you can drive the track backwards as well, which is pretty sweet, at least mostly backwards. I don't know if you can make it back up there, but I know you can drive the track backwards, which for whatever reason, if you want to do that, that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I like the way the track looks. You know, few turns I'd maybe change. But other than that, it's a very, very good track. Yeah, top notch. Alright, first off, can I just say, what else can you really say about this track other than wow? Like, this looks so pretty. This is GP, I think, Deluxe, DK Jungle, and it's from the arcade games, and it looks absolutely insane. Like, it just looks so pretty. You'll see what I mean as we come up to later settings. It is so pretty. This is probably one of the most beautiful custom tracks I've ever... It's definitely the most beautiful arcade track I've ever seen in 8 Deluxe. But probably one of the prettiest, if not the prettiest, Donkey Kong track I've ever seen in any Mario Kart game. It's so cool. Now, the main thing with arcade games, like the arcade game tracks, I should say, is that it is very simplistic. There's not really much going on in terms of obstacles or anything like that. But the beauty of this track more than makes up for. Like, this section here, just the shine on those little walls are so cool. Like, it's honestly, it is so unbelievably pretty. I'm going to keep mentioning that the entire time I play this track because, like, I mean, look at it. It's so good. Like, again, you might find yourself being a little bit bored playing this, but, like, honestly, I feel like with arcade tracks, what they really do well is to kind of make up for the lack of obstacles on this track. They make up for it with the environment. There's so much here. There's all these different sections you can look at, and each section feels different, which is really, really nice. My one criticism is that those coins for the glider section are placed a little bit too high up, but I mean, that's a very, very minor point, considering, again, you have all of this to kind of look at, and it's just so... It's so cool. I love the way this track looks. I really want more arcade tracks in this game. I know there's, you know, Kingdom Way, Battle's Castles in this. If we get Aerial Road, that would be a pretty cool track to have in as well, I think also from GP Deluxe. But yeah, super excited to see what comes next for GP Deluxe tracks. And yeah, this track is an absolute stunner. It is so good. Okay, we have another SniperShell track, GBA Peak Circuit, which actually I didn't realise is getting added to tour very soon. Actually, I wasn't expecting that. By the way, if all the tracks are getting into tour next, I wasn't expecting Daisy Circuit and Peak Circuit to get in, but there you go. I wonder if it'll look anything like this, because, as I said, this is Peak Circuit. Cool little shortcut you can do right off the bat just around here, which, like, why wouldn't you take that shortcut? It's actually really easy to do. As a long glider section as well. But yeah, I would say this is probably the prettiest track that I've seen SniperShell make yet. He's definitely improved his work as the series has gone on. I really, really like this track. It's so cool. I love how faithful it is to the original. I like the little bit around here with a double box. That's always a nice touch. Yeah, this track is great. Very simplistic, as, you know, Peak Circuit is. And there's not really much you can do with it. SniperShell is very good at doing kind of the simpler tracks, which, you know, might not, you know, be, you know, super in-depth and, have, like, loads of really, like, you know, intricate, like, things to it. But it's really, really peaceful to play. I like the way this track drives, mostly. A couple of things, like, you do occasionally skip the booster ramp, just for no reason sometimes. But, like, and also I think, you know, occasionally if you, like, do, like, you know, I don't like the wooden plank signs that you just kind of bonk into. That's always a little bit annoying. Considering that we've been kind of accustomed to, like, flying, either flying through the line, like the start line, or just kind of, you know, like, if they do whack them and they kind of spin, something like that. That could be kind of cool to have instead of just a blank wooden board. But, again, these are all very minor nitpicks. The track is very, very good. And, again, I can't wait to see what SniperShell comes up with next. But don't worry, we do have another SniperShell track coming up very soon. This track just looks insane, like, right off the bat. It looks so pretty. This is yet another GBA Rainbow Road. Yet another one. There are so many of these made. Like, I don't know how many GBA Rainbow Roads I've played. This is probably one of the most popular ones like I've ever seen, just made in MK8 Deluxe. There is something very special, however, about this GBA Rainbow Road, and I will demonstrate that in just a moment. But first off, I love the floor. The floor looks really cool, the stars as well. I love the changing colours. It's just so cool and so pretty. But yeah, this is the main, oh dear, I did that really badly, but this is the main specialism of this track. The fact that the walls, or the little ramp, send you super high. Like, it's unreal. Look at this. You can just do some absurd shortcuts through this. I love the way this track drives. Like, it's like how GBA Rainbow Road used to work in Super Circuit. Because Super Circuit, if you knew what you were doing, you could do really stupid shortcuts. Like, not like that. Like this. Oh, dear. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm not, like, very good at this track and taking all the weird shortcuts, because it does kind of control a little bit awkwardly. Whoa. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe definitely was not made for these physics. But you can do some really dumb things. Like, I can just go all the way over here, for example, and just cut off so much of that track. You cut off so much of it. It's unreal. Even the AI's doing it. The AI loves doing these wacky shortcuts as well. I don't know why that star is there. That's a little bit misleading, I think. But yeah, other than that, like, this track is just a bundle of fun to do. It's just so much fun bouncing around the track, taking all these ridiculous shortcuts, and yeah, you feel like you're cheating, but in the best way possible. I don't know why it kind of had a bounce there, but it really feels like you're cheating, but in the best way possible. It's a bundle of laughs, this one, and yeah, if there are any more GBA Rainbow Roads like this, I can't wait to see them, because, like, I want more GBA Rainbow Roads where you can just do this and basically suffer no consequences. It's just so fun doing this. I love it. And here's the other SniperShell track I was talking about. This is Rainbow Road, either 50 or 5.0. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It says two different things on the wiki. But yeah, this is just Rainbow Road with all the anti-gravity just gone mad. Like, it's really cool. I like the idea of, you know, this is, I think, SniperShell's first real attempt at doing anti-grav for the majority of the course. Like, it's very, very cool. Also, ridiculous kind of loop-de-loop thing. It's absurd. This is so just ridiculous. I somewhat know where the turn is. That's really cool. The fact that you can just do that is great. A couple of criticisms I do have, though. First off, the shine on that loop-de-loop section is stupidly bright. And also, coming out of that, it's a completely blind turn. You've no idea where you're going. And the mini-map doesn't really help you much either. Because, like, how can you, like, when you first see this, how can you really make sense of that kind of curve? It's very, very weird and a bit awkward to drive. But, I mean, I do really like this track. I love how pretty it looks. It just looks really, really nice. I love this section. How you can see all that coming, like, when you're in the lower section of the map, you can see it, like, all the way up as well. It's very, very cool. But yeah, oh dear. See what I mean? Like, it is just a bit of a blind turn. And again, the glow here is a bit too bright. It does kind of contrast with the rest of the track and how, like, blue it is. But yeah, other than that, I do really, really enjoy this track. Again, SniperShell has, like, gone all out. And SniperShell, I feel like, has become a bit of a sleeper hit in this series. He's definitely improved every time we've seen him in the series. And yeah, I can't wait to see more from him. So yeah, hopefully, we see more from him at some point soon. But yeah, for the two tracks he's made for April, like, this is really good stuff. Well done, SniperShell. Can't wait to see more from him, my friend. And the final track, made in the month of April. 3DS, not Toe Circuit, Mario Circuit. Which in my opinion is probably the best Mario Circuit out of all the ones I've seen and played. Now, this does come with a caveat, because Squadaloo, which again, by the way, there's another Squadaloo banger. Like, Squadaloo, just insane CT creator. He has updated this in the days, like, since the cutoff point for April was. He has updated this, I know that, where, you know, it's a bit more faithful to the original in terms of, like, I think the cherry blossoms fall a bit. So, I'm not unfortunately I can't judge it on that, I have to judge it from this current version. But I think maybe next month, for maze tracks, depending on how much was done, I think I'll re-include it, because I think there would be enough visual changes there for me to kind of, like, justify its inclusion. But yeah, overall, in terms of the track itself, it's really, really pretty. Like, you know, as we all know, Squadaloo makes incredibly beautiful custom tracks, whether they're retro or original. You have to look at Cheap Cheap Cove to kind of see that. But yeah, very, very cool track, this. Again, I love the cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms are my favourite plant ever. And, you know, even though they're not falling from the sky, there's at least, like, cherry blossoms on the floor. The mushroom physics here work really nicely. Like, it's a really cool thing there. The spiral, as well, works really nicely. And honestly, it's a very, very pleasant change compared to Mario Kart Wii. Because in Mario Kart Wii's version of the track, it's just, you can't, it's really hard to make that turn. Also, you can do a little cut there, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, it's impossible to make that turn, like the spiral. It's so hard. But yeah, this is a very, very good version of 3DS Mario Circuit. I can't really see what the updates were for the month of May, which again, I might include it in that month's kind of showcase. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for now, very, very good track. There's already much I can criticize it for, really, either. Like, it drives really nicely, it looks really pretty, and yeah, everything works as it should. So yeah, good job, Squadaloo. Another really good Squadaloo track. You can't stop him. You can't stop him. I can't wait to see what more he does. Just like, yeah, this is incredible. Really good job, Squadaloo. Really good job. And my favourite track made in April is GP Deluxe DK Jungle. This is undoubtedly one of the prettiest custom tracks I've ever seen, and while the majority of last month's tracks are really good, they just can't compare to this one. The lighting is stunning and vibrant, and everything just feels alive and animated, which, as you might know, is one of my favourite parts of any custom track. The track drives pretty nicely too, which is probably a given since its simple layout is a feature of the arcade games, but still, it works really, really well. So for all the reasons listed, GP Deluxe DK Jungle is my favourite custom track made in the month of April. What was your favourite track made last month? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace.